Got started? All right. Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farm. Today, my special guest, Jan and I are welcoming Jim McIntosh. And you're from
Jefferson, Texas.
Jefferson, Texas.
And what was the temperature down there?
It's 64 degrees there right now in Jefferson, Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you stepped out here last time you came, you had your shorts on.
I learned my lesson this time. That was just last week, and I learned my lesson. I said, no, this time I'm going to be a little bit more responsible.
Yeah. So the reason Jim came up is we had a set of St. Croix parasite-resistant ewes, and this is the group that we decided to go ahead and sell. And Jim and I worked out a deal. He'd already bought the rams.
Yeah.
And so we just put the whole group together, and he's going to be in Jefferson, Texas. So anybody in Texas in the future that's looking for parasite-resistant, easy-keeping St. Croix sheep, this is your man. And Jim McIntosh. Now, you don't have a YouTube video
we've got
a channel yet.
No, we've got our Facebook page at Total Farm there in Jefferson, Texas.
It's called at Total Farm.
Total Farm?
Total Farm.
Total Farm.
Total Farm, Jefferson, Texas.
We had
Facebook.
T-shirts last time, but it's just too cold for T-shirts, let's be real.
Well, you're just getting started. Would you tell a little bit of background about it? I mean...
Sure, we're just getting started. We bought the farm about a year ago. I lived in Jefferson for about 4 years. I moved down from the Washington, D.C. area and just fell in love with the town. But part of what I wanted to do was to explore these different ways to solve the food crisis that I think is happening. And so we had that opportunity to buy a farm that's right next to a town of Jefferson, which is kind of a tourist town in Texas. And so that's what our commitment is. Our vision is to create enough protein and vegetables to feed the town. That's all we want to do.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, it's a beautiful little town. I did a grazing school there about 15 years ago, and it's known for the ghost.
That's right.
They give ghost tours, don't they?
They do. Jody is she's a one-woman dynamo. She does ghost tours every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Jefferson. And we've had a lot of growth down there, but the history is still there. It's Texas's fourth oldest town. And in the 1800s, I tell people, before Dallas was thought of, it was a town of 15,000 people.
Wow. Yeah.
And now it's 2,102. So we think it's special, and we think it's worth preserving and doing it the right way.
Yep.
And raising your family.
And we're raising a family there.
Oh, and so Jim and I were talking about, the lambs coming.
Yeah.
These ewes were exposed to a ram. It's just the other guy that had them. They got out, and he was getting older and couldn't take care of them. And so we were going to try and do it in this farm if they got cold. And today, I don't know what it is out there, -7 wind chill. And I got thinking, this is not fair to the sheep. It's not fair to pick up dead lambs that froze to death. And so we had Jim came up. Anyway, Jim saying, I've got to get up there before they start having the baby. And I'm like, yeah, we don't want to have baby lambs. He goes, no, he said human baby.
Before we have our baby, yeah.
So your significant other is expecting...
January 21st, little James will be here, and we're excited.
Well, you might be having lambs and...
That's how I sold her on it. I said, look, what great baby pictures if we have a lamb and a new baby. I mean, who doesn't love that? So she gave me her blessing late last night, and we got in, left at about midnight, and got in, and it's just been wonderful. But we're looking forward to seeing how not only the family but the flock grows.
Yeah, well, you've probably got the best start for this number of sheep. You've got, they're the best. I mean, that's what we started with. This is the bloodline that we started with many years ago, and those ewes that we just loaded, there wasn't a dirty tail on any of them.
It was kind of hard to sell them because we really wanted to put them back into our flock, but as Greg said, it just with the wind chills and cold temperature, and we don't have lambing facilities. So.
No. And if you're going to lamb in the wintertime, you really need to jug them. You need to have a heated place to put them up in. And then you're going against nature. There's no green grass for the ewe to eat. She's going to get thin on you. It's hard on to milk. It's just, and then you get all kinds of disease in your lambs. It's just a wreck. So he's going towards format.
That's right.
And,
but y'all can come visit whenever you want.
Jim and I talked, what he needs to do once they get done lambing is he needs to get control of those rams.
Absolutely.
And don't let him have access to those ewes all the time. And that way he can have a distinct 2-week to 3 week window when all the lambs come at once, and everything's just going to work much better for you.
That's what we're looking forward to. Part of this excitement is learning how to do things, but relying on the wisdom of those who have gone before us, and we're absolutely going to do that.
Yeah.
We'll separate it because it just seems really tough to not have a way to manage them unless you've got a timeline that you know that they're going to come in. And
That's right.
so it should be fun. Tune in and see.
Yeah. Folks, there's also one other shout out I want to give. We do have 2 other producers, one in Minnesota and one in South Missouri, that have our breed of St. Croix rams. And I think each one of them have like 4 to 5 available. Tremendous animals. I got some pictures of them. If you're interested in them, send me an email and I'll forward you the 2 guys' contact list. Beautiful sheep. And you get a hold of those rams and put them on some just average ewes. Keep the ewe lambs out of there, and you're going to be off and running with some pretty good sheep. So give me a shout. That's at greenpasturesfarm.net. That's our website. And Jim, it's been a pleasure,
It's
man.
been a pleasure meeting you too, Greg.
You know, you give me hope for America, and this whole regenerative thing, meeting guys like this, so passionate and just a good guy.
It's exciting to see, to
yeah.
talk with you guys. It's just
Jan,
great.
you got anything to add?
Yes, I do.
Uh-oh.
So we just put on the webpage, we've got our 2 grazing schools up. We have the advanced one, which is May 12th through the 14th. That is if you have some farming background, you've been running some animals, that would be good. We have the beginning one, it's a 2-day one, the 6th through the 7th. That is if you're getting into farming and you're not certain what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. This is a great beginner's class, but it's only 2 days and it's going to be a lot more hands-on so that you can learn more of the stuff that you need to learn. We've got some people going to the beginning and then signing up for the advanced. It's whatever works for you. You can go to the webpage and get that information for that school, for the schools.
One last plug I'll give. We're going to be up his way.
That's right.
Texarkana. That's going to be in February. There's a 2-day grazing school that I'm going to be teaching there, and there'll be it's just a host of things going on there. So go to our website and click on conferences, speaking conferences, and you'll see where I'm going to be giving that. And you can sign up there. It's at Texarkana, and that's the middle of February. Folks, y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Stay warm.
Yeah, stay warm.